my greatest Chelsea team ever, and it's a defence. So on the right, and this is right open to conjecture, I know, and I want to hear what you think. But I've put Ivanovic, um, Branislav Ivanovic. I've put him there because he was nice and safe, and he was the first one really that really got well. Paulo Ferreira was got forward a lot, and he could easily have I could easily have given that to him. Um, but I put Ivanovic there because he scored a fair few goals. It was nice and steady, even when you played him. It started off at centre half. When he went out to that right back position, nice and steady defensively on his game. Not the last year or two, but when he was on his game, nice and steady defensively and could get forward like you wouldn't believe. And his crosses always beat the first man, as far as I remember. Um, and he was Chelsea through and through. He still supports them now. So I'm going to go with Ivanovic. Just really sort of what I've put on there. Yeah, just in front of Paulo Ferreira. And I'll tell you who else come into my mind. He mainly played more in the centre of the back four, but Ron Harris. When I was a youngster, I used to see Ron Harris play at right back occasionally, and I'm telling you this: no one, apart from George Best, and that particular night, Harris was playing the centre of defence, but at right back, there was no one going by him. You could push the ball by him, but there was no way you were going by him. That's the honest truth. So yeah, he's my mental sub after Ivanovic and Ferreira. Left back is a lot easier. That's Ashley Cole. Ashley Cole, to me, was the complete defender, and he could also get forward and score the odd goal. But as a defensive fullback, he had speed. No matter if they, I watched some of these defenders now. I watched Chilwell the other night against Manchester City, and Chilwell's a decent defender, but I think we're losing the art of defending to a certain extent, and yeah, Ashley Cole. He was old school, but modern as well. And I used to love watching Ashley Cole. I'm sure a lot of you remember him. And my reserve at left back is easy as well. That's for me Eddie McCready, who played in the early '70s, and then went on to be our manager and done a good job as manager as well. He had some fallout with Ken Bates over a car or something. Um, but yeah, he was a cracking left back as well. Defensively very sound, and one of the first left backs, like to be a wing back. Really used to get forward over the halfway line and put some good crosses in. But defensively, Eddie McCready was great. So that would be Ashley Cole. Now, the two middle defenders. When you think of it, I'm going to look at my notes while I'm doing this. Because we've had some belters, haven't we? Desai was great. William Gallas. I'll go back to the '70s. David Webb. Um, One of our captains, Colin Pates, was a good central defender. Joe McLaughlin in that team with Kerry Dixon and everyone. I remember Mickey Droy. They used to call him the Hoof. Mickey Droy. He was a mountain of a man. I actually met him once, and I was like that. And they called him the Hoof because there was no thought of play. I don't think Mickey Droy ever got a ball under control. It would just hoof. He didn't know where it was going. But I tell you, the bloke took some getting by. So I've seen all those in my time, but I've gone for. I mean, Gallus was a cracking centre half. One, he was a good ball player centre half. And Frank Leboeuf. Frank Leboeuf, what a player he was. I loved watching Leboeuf. But I've gone for these two as my centre halves. John Terry. John Terry, to me, in his prime, was right up there, one of the best players in the world at centre half. not gifted with pace, but he just knew where the ball was going to be, didn't he? And brave. So John Terry, Chelsea legend, and he's in my all-time team. And next to him, I've put Ricardo Carvalho. We signed him from Portsmouth. It was one of Jose Mourinho's first signings, and what a signing he was! Just it was like putting your hand in a glove. He just slipped in there. He complimented John Terry. John Terry complimented him. They both scored a lot of goals, really, for centre halves. One would block off for the other one, but at the back, he just had a sixth sense. And I was gutted, really, when he went to Real Madrid. But as we've seen in the last couple of years with Hazard, when Real Madrid come calling, you've got to go. So that's my back four, and look out for my midfield. Midfield.